Welcome back to Life Lessons. We are thrilled today to be talking with the Jordans. How long have you all been married?
65 years.
65? Wow, you look like you're 65. Did you get married when you were 1?
No.
No.
When we were 20.
20. What?
Yeah.
You're 85?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes, 85.
Both of you?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
But
Well, what's the secret to, 1, living so long, and 2, for having such a good marriage?
Well, I've kept physically active. Have you ever stood on top of the tallest mountain in the continental United States?
I haven't. Have you?
Yes,
Both of us.
and both of us. That's Mount Whitney in Northern California. Hiked up there. Back then you just went up there, in other words, but now you've got to get a permit. They have more people going up there than they can handle. And even back then you had to carry out everything, and that means body waste and everything.
So did you all live in California?
Yes, we were there for several years.
We moved there when we were, what, 20?
Yeah, we moved there in 1950.
1950.
Originally just born and raised just within 10 miles of right here.
So what brought you to Idaho?
Well, we were from Idaho.
We were from Idaho.
He was born in Milo, and I was
You know
born
where it is?
in
3 miles.
a little town in Emerson, down between Rupert and Burley.
Okay. So you came home.
We
Yes.
came home.
Left here and came home. Now I would imagine in California, were you sports fans?
Dodger fan.
Yes,
Dodger
and now
fans.
because you brought that up, I'm wearing the injuries, the scars, you can't see them probably, of going to a Dodger game in 1963, wasn't it? You've heard of Casey Stengel.
Yeah.
Okay, Casey Stengel was a great baseball player, but when he got through playing, he was a manager of the New York Mets. So we went to this game in 1963. It was about in May. During batting practice, Jim Hickman, which was a premier home run hitter, was batting practice, and he hit a line drive. And where did it hit? Right there.
Oh, how
those-
fast
and
was that
those-
ball going?
About
Right at 100.
Wow.
Matter of fact, they say about 101.
Oh my word, on
Baseball.
this side of your face.
Oh yeah. So I have what they call a plastic window in there, and I was in the hospital 17 days. I wasn't supposed to live through it. I had a brain bleed immediately when I got hit, and I had another one while I was in the hospital.
How
So
old
I-
were you?
How old was I?
Yeah,
Well, I was 28.
28, okay.
28 when that happened. And they were ready to release me after about 14 days in the hospital. I was sitting up in bed, and all of a sudden I got this terrible headache, and blood just started pouring out of my nose.
Oh my. So you were married at the time?
Yes.
And
Yes.
did you think he'd survive?
I didn't know. I was really concerned. But they wouldn't they came and got him as soon as it happened. And I started going, they said, no, sit down, he'll be back.
That was at the ballpark.
At the game?
Yeah, at the game, yeah.
And I said, no, I'd like to go. He said, no, you have to stay here. And so I sat there and worried and worried and worried and worried. And finally, after about 2 hours, they came and got me and said, you need to get him to the hospital.
And they didn't provide an ambulance, and we had some friends that she called, and they came and got me.
So
And
because,
took me to St. Francis Hospital.
and back then there weren't cell phones.
No.
No,
There
of course
wasn't
not.
anything like that.
No, of course not.
Wow, so did you ever go to a game again?
Oh, yeah.
Hesitantly, we went to another game about a month later.
Oh my word,
At
so a
Dodger
month later
Stadium.
you were better.
Oh, yeah.
And I hope you didn't sit in the same seat.
Oh,
No,
then
they
I got
gave
I
us
got
a
a story
freebie.
about that one too.
Oh yeah, where'd they put you?
Right up in front of where the big shots.
Oh, in one of the
Well,
boxes.
Yeah,
But are you fine today?
I have never been quite fine, but I had a very productive career at the phone company, Pacific Telephone there, and transferred up here to Mountain Bell at that time. I don't know if you're familiar with Mountain Bell or how long you've been here, but transferred to them, and I retired from US West and CenturyLink bought them out, so they're paying for my retirement.
All sorts of companies. I want to talk more with you and hear more about the rest of your life in a few weeks. So stick around here, and we'll do a second part
There's
of
some
our
things
interview.
I'm not going to talk about, so you know.
You don't have to talk about anything you don't want to. We'll be back in a few weeks with more. So glad you're here, and maybe we should take you to a Chuckers game or something with your good luck.
I've very carefully considered that, and they took a bus, but
All right.